It came as a surprise to Charles Moore when his adult child decided to transition into a woman. But being the dad he is, he accepted her.
You are who you are, and that's how people are.
So this Bronx man is all for a new proposal that would make it easier for New York City birth certificates to be changed for gender identity. It would include male, female, and a new category, X, to reflect a non-binary gender identity.
I feel like it's each his own. You know, it's really up to you.
City Council Speaker Corey Johnson and Mayor Bill de Blasio are behind the effort. If it passes, transgender New Yorkers will no longer need a letter from a physician or an affidavit to change their gender marker.
And you shouldn't need a doctor to change your birth certificate to reflect your true self.
Right now, if parents of a newborn do not want to identify a sex, they can say the sex of their child is unknown, which has come with its opposition.
I just think that, you know, when it comes to official things like this, it should just be one or the other.
But officials with the Center, a facility that supports the LGBTQ community, says proposals like this only help the city.
The more visibility we have with something such as choosing your gender identity on an official piece of paperwork is another opportunity to say, this is who I am.
If this passes, the city would join California, Oregon, and Washington in having the third gender category on birth certificates. Hazel Sanchez, CBS 2 News.
Now, the Board of Health may consider these changes at a meeting tomorrow. If it agrees, there will be a hearing in July and a vote in September.
They are proposing a change to New York City birth certificates today.
Oh, they want an option for adults who do not identify with their gender, and they would be able to choose X for their own birth certificate. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson live at City Hall with more on this story. Kimberly.
Well, Dave, on Thursday, Council Speaker Corey Johnson will introduce that bill here at City Hall. It's something he's been dedicated to for years, having helped pass related legislation back in 2014. This would be a game changer at a time when the notion of gender identification is still very much evolving.
We're doing this to actually help people in a meaningful way.
A way to right a wrong when it comes to birth certificates, a way for people to choose the option that best reflects how they see themselves. Council Speaker Corey Johnson is proposing legislation that would add a third category to the document. Along with male and female, you could also pick X. Right now, parents of a newborn can indicate the sex of their baby is undetermined. This new change would allow adults to modify their own birth certificates.
While most people, including most transgender people, identify as either male or female, non-binary individuals do not identify as either one of those things.
Johnson says he's passionate about the effort after talking to friends who felt they weren't accurately being represented. This legislation is an expansion of a bill he helped craft and the city passed in 2014 that removed certain requirements for a person looking to change his or her gender designation on their birth certificate. And what happened next during a roughly 2-year period was remarkable.
731 New Yorkers went and got their birth certificates changed and corrected them in a way that matched how they feel about themselves. The age of applicants ranged from 5 years old to 76 years old.
41 were under the age of 18 and got parental consent.
This groundbreaking legislation will send a powerful signal to the world that New York City government works for everyone.
Now, tomorrow, the City Board of Health will look at an identical proposal, and after public hearings, if all continues on track, this could be law by the fall or early next year. New York City would join California, Oregon, and Washington in terms of having that third category on birth certificates.